PlayStation fans, we need to talk. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's more conversational, less edits, mostly me just kind of ranting, I guess. Not negatively, but I'm just going to kind of discuss some stuff with you guys about PlayStation, the state of PlayStation as it is right now, and what the future looks like. And I'm going to try to shine a little bit of optimism going forward on what we can look forward to this summer with PlayStation. I don't think that there's any argument to be made that we are so long overdue for a solid PlayStation event. It's been so long since we've had one of those epic PlayStation showcases. The last PlayStation showcase that we even had was back in 2023, and there really wasn't a lot in that showcase other than the massive gameplay reveal for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. That was really the one thing that got everyone super hyped. But it's been a while since we've really had a PlayStation showcase that really got us hyped about the overall outlook of PlayStation games, in the coming years. Here lately, we've been getting more targeted state of plays where there's like maybe one really big reveal at the end, but nothing that is like an event that really showcases a ton of like AAA games for PlayStation. And I'm not sure if that's necessarily the plan for PlayStation anymore. There have been years where we got massive reveals like Knights of the Old Republic remake and Marvel's Wolverine and Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and God of War Ragnarok, like those kind of showcases. There's definitely been those, but it's been a few years since we've had anything like that. So it's, a little bit disappointing to be in this dry spell of any massive news, but let's just go ahead and kind of get an idea of what we can look forward to in June, because there has been some brand new reporting. There's been some recent reports suggesting that Sony is planning a PlayStation event in June of 2025, or just, basically right around the corner. We're at the end of May right now. So there's likely going to be a PlayStation State of Play rather than a full-blown showcase. Industry insider Jeff Grubb has indicated that Sony is preparing for a presentation, though there really is no specific date or format that has been confirmed. Typically, Sony does host a State of Play or a showcase around May or June, but this year it looks like they're going to be skipping May, leading to speculation about a June event. Now, Jeff Grubb is pretty plugged in with these PlayStation events, so I really trust his reporting on this. This kind of aligns with the Summer Game Fest schedule, which will be kicking off next week, June 6th, and that suggests that Sony might time their event to capitalize on the gaming hype from the PlayStation, or I should say from Summer Game Fest. So it may come after Summer Game Fest, I think. However, the details are definitely sparse, and Sony hasn't officially announced anything yet, but it's safe to say, based on Jeff Grubb's reporting, which I definitely trust, we should be getting something from PlayStation in June. Here's the thing. What exactly could we expect from PlayStation? We do know that there is Death Stranding 2 that's going to be coming out. I think it actually comes out in June. So I'm not sure if that State of Play is going to happen before or after Death Stranding's release. I do know that Death Stranding 2 is going to have a presentation at Summer Game Fest, as far as I know, so there's no telling if there's going to be an appearance for that game in that State of Play as well. We do know that Ghost of Yotei comes out later this year, so we could potentially see some gameplay from that. That would be really cool, because I obviously am so excited for Ghost of Yotei, and that would be enough to get me hyped, but I still want to hear more about these PlayStation exclusives that we haven't heard from in quite some time. One of those being Marvel's Wolverine. We have no idea what the state of that game is right now. We have no idea what the release date's going to be. It's been about 4 years since we've heard anything regarding Marvel's Wolverine other than the leaks, which unfortunately happened. And then I'm still holding out hope for Marvel's Venom. I really want to hear something about a Marvel's Venom. This is a totally unconfirmed project that, as far as we know, doesn't even exist, but I'm just going to get excited about it anyways. I think that is definitely something that PlayStation or Insomniac could surprise us with one of these days. I'm just not sure how soon that could potentially be. And as far as we know, the Knights of the Old Republic remake is still happening, but again, haven't really heard anything about that. And I'm sure PlayStation has some other games up their sleeves that just have not been confirmed. There's also been rumors of a new God of War game that could be smaller in scale that could even release this year sometime. I would love to hear something about God of War in that franchise, whether it be DLC or a smaller scaled game, but From what we know, there are some pretty credible rumors out there that there is going to be a God of War in Greece game happening at some point in time. These are some massive things that would really get buzz generating for PlayStation, and I really want to see that kind of hype and excitement return for PlayStation fans. The hype that we got back at that showcase when there was Wolverine showcased and there was Marvel Spider-Man 2 and God of War Ragnarok, like, I want those kind of epic events to happen again. Unfortunately, with it being just a state of play likely, it's not likely we're going to hit all of those games, but I would like to see a few of those AAA games be announced or something shown off. I think the big one would obviously be Marvel's Wolverine. That would be something that would really get fans hyped again because it's been so long since we've heard anything about that game. I'm hoping that it releases by next year, but that's just kind of where we're sitting at with PlayStation right now. It's kind of I don't know, we're kind of in a limbo time right now. Don't really know what to expect because we're at the tail end of the PS5's life cycle. I mean, we've probably got 3 more years of the PS5. So I'm really curious to see how PlayStation plans to finish out this generation of PlayStation games on this console. I think ideally they would try to get us hyped for that last home stretch of the console with all of these amazing games, but again, it's just a state of play likely that's going to happen, so I wouldn't get too excited about it. We'll see what happens. Definitely we'll be covering all of the games that are announced once we do get that state of play confirmed. So let me know what you guys think about the current state of PlayStation. I'm kind of lukewarm until we get some additional reveals. Obviously, Ghost of Yotei is the big one for me this year that I'm very excited for. But drop your thoughts in the comments section down below and show me or tell me what your prediction for the state of play is. What games do you want to see at that event? Thank you guys so much as always for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.